Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. I missed you guys. Wasn't on for like 2 days. Yesterday, I had to do recording all day long, because I'm trying to, you know, put the energy out there the best way that I know how, right? So I have to advertise myself. So you'll be seeing a lot of reels on different things that I offer, such as mediumship wine parties and deliverance and life coaching, Christian life coaching, and shadow healing coaching. So a lot of stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited to do um, this live stream for you guys. And I'm excited to do coaching for you guys tomorrow. The topic's going to be on deliverance. And I might even just offer it live so that you guys get to see what it's like. Now, I always channel for about 10 to 15 minutes on a specific topic because education is important. That's how you have discernment. And then there's Q&A. And then I do this shadow reading. And then there's more Q&A. And then we do a healing modality, because we always have to heal the effects of trauma. And that's not a one and done. We formed a habit or a behaviorism due to the environment or being around a certain person, right? And so what helped us survive is going to block us from actually thriving, right? We don't want to be in a place of surviving. That's out of our natural God-given energy. Our natural God-given energy is to be the energy of unconditional love. So you'll notice I'm wearing my Otter Superior bracelets. Right? It's like that's what I feel like when I'm wearing all of them. The reason why is because I'm wearing every single stone for every single chakra right now. And really, it's to be in alignment. Now, would I wear all of them at once? No. To be honest with you, I can't even deal with like wearing like more than three at a time. But I wanted to show you the different colors and the different, healing elements. The crystals represent psychological and emotional aspects of ourselves. So when you're called to a specific crystal, it's that you need this medicine, and that when you wear them, do I believe that they actually heal you? No, I think that you heal yourself, because when you wear it, it's setting an intention, and that intention keeps it in your mind. It's like a vision board, right? When we see something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, we don't really have a feeling about it one way or the other. Well, how do you manifest? Through the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you have, but not attachment emotion. Almost like I can have it or not. I'm good either way. I'm full. My cup is full either way. That's how we manifest. Most people coming from a place of lack. And that's whether they don't feel like they have, enough money, or they don't have enough emotional support. They don't have enough support. So when we come from a place of lack, it's going to be next to impossible to manifest the life and the life experiences that we want to have. And you're the alchemist of your life. You can actually have whatever you want. So the readings obviously have a healing power to them, like crystals. Like, I would not promote anything that I didn't believe in, but understand, I don't believe it's the crystal that heals you. I believe that you heal you. We use tools to help us heal. And that's whether that's a vision board, or whether it's a crystal, whether it's a crystal grid, or whether it's saying an affirmation, or whether it's, saying a prayer. It's like, it's words, and words are spells. Did I just say that? There's no such thing as spells. Yes, there is. It's like, it's your words. It's like, it's a play on words, but you're the alchemist of your life. All right. Anything of any importance or relevance, including the Outer Spirit link, you guys get 35% off for the holidays. That's a big deal. And you don't actually even have to go into the store to buy anything. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, for me, I'm empathic. Most people are sensitive, and they get very overwhelmed with the whole shopping experience. All right, let's see what the underlining energy is. I hope everyone's having a great day. All right, let's see. The underlying energy just tells us why everyone does what they do. Now, I'm going to be looking into a few different things because I'm getting tired of just doing relationship, to be honest with you. Um, so we're going to mix it up a little bit today. The genius, and that's why. Because the genius is that God part of self, the creative genius. So you may not feel like you're very smart when it comes to certain things, but you know that you're intuitive, you know, you're creative. And that's really, how we can create a life. Anybody can create their life the way that they want to, as long as they know that they have purpose and they find their purpose. And the creative genius is connected to that. So I feel like you're someone that's trying to, which is probably why I want to focus on money a little bit. So, like, after I do the reading, we'll look and see what spiritual blockages are blocking you from abundance. Because you might say, well, I feel like I really do what I love, but I'm not really seeing the finances. And so, that means that there's a block. But that's okay. I mean, many different realities that play it at one time. We get to choose the reality. We just don't want to be in a place of lack. But if we have a block there, understand it's going to play out in different areas of our life. We usually just don't see it within finances, because it's the way that we feel about ourselves. Remember, everything is a mirror. Negativity. So, right away, I felt like some of you guys are holding on to somebody that is like they're a negative person. They're a negative person. And a lot of you were brought up in an environment that was similar to this energy. So whether it's controlling, whether it's addiction, you see it within the person's behaviorisms. You don't also have to look into behaviorisms, how this person makes you feel. How many times did they trigger you when you think about them? Again, if you're trying to manifest and the money is affected, we have to say, well, what's the blockage? Well, it's some sort of negativity. And the negativity, we have to say, is the way that you think. It's the emotions that you have. But what created it? And I feel like the underlying energy, well, you look at relationships first. So I feel like you're connected to someone that's just negative, or it keeps you like ruminating in a place of this type of energy. Now I want to see, I'm looking for, they're right here. Just where I was looking. We're going to look and first see how, and then what this person did do, and then what they're going to do, and then the whole point of what you need to integrate. All right. So I feel as if, again, like it's time to dismantle outdated ways of thinking. I believe for a lot of you, you grew up in an environment where there was lack. Like it wasn't a stable relationship that you saw that was mirrored. So your mom and dad might have not got along very well. They fought. Maybe you knew that they loved each other, but the way that they showed was not. But the way that we think. And so it's lack, it's negativity, it's again that there is I I also believe that you're connected to somebody that has that energy, has that same energy, as I said. And so, this person doesn't really show you who they really are either. And so there's a part of you that doesn't feel safe with this person because you're like, I don't really know who they are. They wear a mask. And that mask is whatever they want me to perceive that they are, which means that they don't let me in close because they're too busy, creating a facade, an illusion, which I know is not real. And so what happens is that there's a sense of you're always thinking about this person. You become very consumed with them, which is what this person wants. They want you to become jealous and obsessed with them because it's through the chaos that they create. And the chaos is, they don't want to miss their chance with you, but they don't look at all their old spiritual blockages when it comes to relationships. So they don't have the hard talks. Relationships are not perfect, and unless the relationship is really easy, then what happens is that this person doesn't want to really like have the difficult talks, and we know that because they tend to be wild at heart, somebody that will run away. It's like, and it's because if you're only going to go surface level, well, you're not with somebody that's going to think the way that you think and do things the way that you do. You're not with yourself. However, being with this person, they treat you as if they're them, and they don't treat themselves very well, and that's the problem. And so they didn't want to miss their chance with you. So on some level, they knew, hey, there's this connection, but I don't really know what I want to do with it. And a person would never know what they want to do with a relationship if it's only surface, if it's because they're stopping themselves. Because it's like, I want to be with you, but I want it done my way, which is really confusing. And it's going to depend on what this person wants to be with you today. Maybe they don't want to be with you tomorrow. Like, it's going to be all over the place, meaning just not consistent, being able to weave in and out of your life, which is, again, going to make you like angry because it triggers abandonment. This person just feels like the chemistry is too good. And you could be like, well, I've never been with this person. Well, that spiritual connection and the fact that you don't make it easy for this person. Remember, the creative genius is somebody that's in the flow. They're in a high vibration, but there's something you're like, yeah, and I like it, but I don't get enough money for it. I'm not seeing the support. I'm not seeing, because that's what money represents. And so Spirit's saying it because of that, and so, and it's because the person's emotionally unavailable. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a person that's emotionally unavailable. So being that they can betray you easily, because really when we form that, intimate relationship, we would feel bad about screwing a person over. And that's the thing. And you're like, well, I feel this person is connected, and they are, but then they sabotage themselves, by giving you the silent treatment, by, assuming that it's just going to be a destined connection, but I don't really have to put any work into the relationship. And that's the thing. I wish you were here with me. This person is like, I'm faced with the constant reminders of you. So I want it, but I don't. But the higher self is the God part of self, which is the spirit part of self, which is very intuitive. And, it's all relationships are spiritual, whether you're coming in for a day, a season, or a lifetime. They come in to teach us. And this person thinks that they can control, and they control by giving the silent treatment, by scaring you, by giving you a lot of mixed messages, which is just a lot of toxicity over time, which is the negativity, because it keeps you up in your head. So I don't have to give you anything because I don't want you to move on. I don't want you to move on. It's like, I just don't want to do what I should do to make this relationship work, which obviously would be like, well, that's a trigger for me, because why would I want to be connected to someone that doesn't give anything? And Spirit says, we need to go back and look at that, but we're not going to look at it right now, but we need to, because that's going to be where your healing needs to be. Where this person, like, again, it was a lot of repetitious cycles with somebody that you had a very serious telepathic bond with. There's passion and desire, but it's the fact that there was no emotional. That's something that happens over time. Trust is what, that intimacy is what builds trust. And this person showed you anything but trust. So now it's like, yeah, I have a connection to you, but you did that and you act like it's water underneath the bridge. But I don't really believe that it is, because how this person like doesn't have the, want to sit down and have the the difficult talks. Remember, it's all too hard of a climb for them. It's too much for them to deal with. So, like I said, it's like it affects you mentally. It affects you mentally because it's like a constant triggering where it's like this person, like their inner child wounds or um, what why they act the way that they do, but understand you have inner child wounds. And that's what it is. It's like there's too much within that. Like spirit brought this person in because it was going to mirror something within, the healing that you need from your childhood. And that's really why you're like, okay, like I don't even want to be connected to this. Some of you are like that, and some of you are like, I don't really know what I feel anymore. And you won't, because there's so many different feelings. Remember, this person doesn't want you to move on, but they don't want to give anything. So they're a master manipulator that's toxic, and their way is to like keep you in that energy. And so obviously it's going to come out some way. They can't stop you from creating and loving what you do. But if you're holding on to that energy, the spirit says you need to heal it. And so we have to look at that because that's really what's most important. Because this person wants, another chance. And the truth of the matter is, it'll stay corded like that because this person is like too much of a ass to like do the healing, is really what I feel. It's like, like they're stubborn. They don't want to do the healing work. It's like it's easier. And that's someone that's gotten away with bullshit a lot of times. So, just because this is a connection, a deeper connection, doesn't mean anything. It's like they're still act like a child. And, and it's all related to their healing, this two different decks. So, oh wow, there's like a lot of different cards in here. Let's see what they are. That's like, okay, we'll put those over to the side. Because these are almost, it says, do not mistake sensory overload for love, where spirit's saying like, yeah, this person like wants to keep you stuck. So emotionally, if you can like get caught up, then they don't have to do anything, right? And so spirit says also don't try and control anything. It's like have an open door for like really spirit to work through your life. And that might mean like, well, I don't want this person back. Well, spirit's saying, give me to let me work things out, because I'm going to bring someone into your life a lot of times if this person is karmically out of alignment, because that the whole point is they want you back, they lose you because hey, you have someone else. This person knows that you're going to move on. That's why I'm what I'm feeling, because it's like don't mistaken like them making you feel guilty. Remember, this is an emotional manipulator here. That's spirit saying that be willing to look at the proverbial mirror regularly and embrace the light and the dark. So it's again, we need to look at your wounds, is what spirit keeps saying. That's what that didn't even belong in here. I just want you to know that. But I was like, well, if it's in here, like it's like I've already removed other cards, and spirit's like, well, these like you have to take the cards that are in there. There's no such thing as mistakes. And that's what spirit's saying it's like that, like where this person, there's a part of them that feels that your story isn't over yet. So, and I'm going to leave that there. Like, it's not over yet because I didn't say that it's over. There's a little bit of that energy, meaning like, I may know that it's over, but I think I can win you back, and that's not because of who you are, which is why you're being warned. Don't get so overstimulated that you give in to this person. It's like, tell the person that you need time. You know what I mean? Because there's a part of this person that doesn't come in correct. And the reason why they don't come in correct is because they feel like they can't give you what you really need, but they have sexual feelings about you. So it's, again, this lower energy. And so they might turn around and tell you that you're the person of their dreams and really come on thick. So spirit's saying, don't get overstimulated. Don't let them emotionally manipulate you. And that could also be you grew up with someone that emotionally manipulated you. And so there's a sense of, I don't trust myself because people that I care about tend to emotionally manipulate me. And then I'm not liking the results. So I don't trust me, which, by the way, would be a second chakra imbalance, which then Spirit says that's not going to happen because you're actually in the creative genius. You're in this high vibration. You're just not seeing the financial abundance to it. So the Spirit saying it's like they can't, which is what's triggering them. The fact that you're emotionally not being affected, but they're going to keep trying to do. Look at this physical touch. Um, so, on an emotional level, you didn't get what you needed, is what that tells me. Because again, I associate that emotion with that physical. And again, abandonment, person not showing up, that's a parent. So emotionally not showing up for you is something. Don't say, oh, well, it's like I had food on the table. Children need to be held. They need to be held. The babies actually need to be held. If they're not held, there's a proven study that they grow up with psychological and emotional problems. It's a known fact. Look it up. It's like, and so if you didn't get that emotional support, people don't see it, but it's going to affect you where you don't feel like you're deserving of it. It creates the trauma. The trauma is still there. And the trauma is emotionally, you did not get what you needed. That person, that there was no support. There was no support for you. So again, it was the way that you made you feel about yourself, which is I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And again, like part of emotional support too is like when you're a child and you're into something and your parent supports it, yes, financially too. Like, they promoted where I feel like, this could have even been in like high school. You might have had a hobby or an interest, and your parent was like, we don't have money for that. That's not important. But everything else was important. So that psychologically, it's like, I'm not worthy of that. It's like, I'm more of a bother. I'm more of like, I'm here because, again, that emotional support and that psychologically, again, it teaches you not really to love yourself. And it's like, was that what meant to happen? No. Parents do the best that they can most of the time. Sometimes our parents are really angry and they're like, I didn't have that. So you ain't having that. You have it too easy. And where it's, again, whatever their perception, that's for some of you. While others, it's like that we had other things were a priority that wasn't important. But, without that, and that's your emotional connection, well, it makes you feel bad. Like you said, it's neglect. It comes down to neglect emotionally, psychologically. And so it's the way that it made you feel from living in that dynamic is what needed to be looked at, Spirit said, which, again, parents do the best that they can do. There was no spiritual help back in the day. Their environment created their reality. And look at their environment. Look where our ancestors like came from. Look what they had to like deal with, and some of them are still dealing with shit, right? So it's that perception was so where spirit saying, but notice you're the creative genius. Only you can force. And that's the thing. And that's by giving this person your energy, or giving anyone your energy, they win. So the more that you, again, heal yourself and forgive and release, Spirit saying, of these past wounds, and understand that we can't really do that on a karmic level, like until we step into the energy that we're supposed to embody the new consciousness, meaning like I can't let go until like I put something in its place, because the psyche, the mind is like, well, that's part of my identity. And Spirit says, that's not part of your identity. It's like, yes, realize that it has become part of your identity. And that's what's negative. It's like, but it's not your identity, that you don't deserve love, that you can't have love, people are not going to give you. Spirit says that's a narrative. Yeah, that's a perspective. But there's many others. Why would we choose that one at this point in your life? Because that's all that I've experienced. And Spirit says, because you haven't embodied the new consciousness yet. You're in physical form for a reason. I want to see it. I want to see a different version. Otherwise, you'll never believe. Change that energetic template, which is the emotional body. And so Spirit says, first and foremost, you know, you have to align your actions with your heart's true desires. Follow your passion. Now, I realize that there's a person on this. This is not what this means. It means follow your passion. The creative genius is connected to that, because that's how you become the energy of unconditional love. And that's how then you can attract another person into your life that holds that same energy, is what Spirit's saying. So that's number one. And you might be like, my actions are, Spirit says, not if you're continually thinking or getting triggered by someone else, or thinking that you're attached to that person still. So Spirit says it's time to take a leap of faith, take a bold step, even if the path is not visible. Risks are going to be rewarding. So that means step out of your comfort zone, travel. It's like if you're reliving the same thing, and that might mean take short trips, try different things, do different things. You're stuck in a narrative of yourself, Spirit says. This person is just coming into your life to show you that. But it's triggering. And to understand what's there. Well, that childhood trauma is what's there. It's like, it's how that person made me feel like I'm not deserving. Spirit says that's a narrative. That's not true. It's like you need to, again, take a leap of faith. And part of this was to teach you that no one can take what's yours. You flow with grace, and you navigate through difficulties through your passion, through the things that you love, through being able to be calm and accepting. And a lot of times we can't accept if we're still living like, I still don't see the money. And Spirit says, again, the money comes after. It's like you have to do the healing, and you have to, again, stay in a place of peace with yourself, is what Spirit's saying. And it's also when you go out into the world and you take a leap out of your comfort zone, guess what? You meet people. Spirit says you meet people that help you along the way. Spirit says when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Don't do my job. Do your job. Go out into the world. Be like childlike. Go and discover who you are. Find your passions. Become your passion, is what Spirit says, so that you can alchemize this energy once and for all. And you do that also by saying, shit, look at how tough I am. Look how strong I am. Look how fearless I am. Not that person ruined me. It's like, no, I made it out through the other side. I alchemized that energy. I see beyond the illusion. And the illusion is the fucking fact that I'm a warrior of light. And I use my passion by becoming myself to come out through the other side, and through the creative genius. Again, that you're co-creating with God, and that's through the universe is bringing you everything that you need to change your mind and your heart about how you perceive yourself and what you can actually have. Spirit says it's going to happen. It happens in divine timing. Spirit has a plan for you. No one can stop you. Only you can stop you, which is what this person's trying to do by emotionally get you overstimulated. Keep your focus on your passion, and don't let anyone emotionally manipulate you by emotionally not giving you anything, is what Spirit's saying. It's like they can't. And when we look and we see this person wants you back, they want you back, they want you back. But understand part of them is just really angry, and because they're jealous, because it's like you're in this high vibration and they're not in a high vibration. So they're going to come at you impulsively, like they don't even know when they're going to come. But the problem is that they act from a place of trauma. But you had that trauma. But Spirit say you already healed the trauma, but you got to go through the experience to see a different consciousness, to change the energetic template. You have to see yourself differently. You have to see the dynamic differently and understand that's when the healing, true healing occurs, because you see a different version of yourself. You just can't get rid of negative energy. Spirit's saying you have to transmute it. You have to alchemize it. And that's done, you know, then this person can't do anything. They have to eat the karma, and that's what they're trying to stop. It's like, I don't want to give you anything, but I don't want you to go on and succeed either. Like, I mean, is no, open to the universe. Spirit says, discover your own worth and abilities. Have confidence in your own value and your potential. Reclaim your inner power. You accept and love yourself completely, is what Spirit says. That's when you know that you're healed. And then open to the divine light of the universe. Then you're going to be abundant, is what Spirit says. But you see, you didn't know your worth. You didn't, because you didn't see it. And the Spirit says, and that's by being able to, you know, lay boundaries and choose what's right for you and to hold in your power. This person doesn't want you to be in your power. They want to control. They want to dominate. They want to, it's like, hey, listen, you're moving on, you know, and the fact that you're moving on, you know, it's like they have no control. You're walking into a better life. It's like this person like is so jealous over that because they're in a they're in a negative energy. You staying connected to this person keeps you in a negative energy. So Spirit saying, cut the shit, let it go. You already know. It's like, and so that you can bring the light from within to the surface so that other people see it, so that you become a magnet for who and what should come into your life, and because you're deserving of it. It's like that will be this person's karma, is what Spirit's saying. And that, you know, take your power back by claiming full responsibility for your life. That can't be any more direct. Spirit saying, it's like this, you're not who people say you are. You're who you choose to become. And stay focused. Don't let this person come in and do that. And they have to eat the karma, and they know it, and they're really pissed off about it because their mask fell off. You know, some of you guys, you know, it's a collective reading. I'm sure at least 1% of you will take this person back, but don't don't tell me that I didn't warn you, because this person doesn't change. It's more or less like everything that you're doing and becoming, and, you know, you have the last laugh, and this person's not used to people you know, ripping off their mask where they have to look at themselves. And then actually they're usually watching people suffer from what they do. So you're the one that got away. I'm going to leave that there. If you resonated, give it a like. And don't forget, if you need a Christmas gift, check out the link below. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.